Yeah, hello and welcome back to a new Project Cars AOR PC GT3 league video, and as you can see we are driving around Suzuka. Yeah, a slightly different version than we are driving in F1, but I think it's a pretty good one. I love it in the GT3 cars, and yeah, now with my official livery for the season, I took the Panasonic number 34 from BMW. The Z4 GT3 is still my car, and yeah, you can see one S of these S's is missing, the first one, but the rest is yeah, all the same compared to the Formula 1 version. Now into the yeah, double right-hander, the two Degner corners, and yeah, finally I had some practice and I got some things sorted out for this race, so there should definitely be yeah, not that much collisions or yeah, mistakes by my side. So yeah, before this race I had a pretty good social race where I battled with Papand, who is a pretty quick driver in the Elite League, so yeah, I hoped maybe for a podium or even yeah, to get first. And we are in quali right now. You can see myself trying to get some temperature in the brakes and leaving a little, or a rather big gap to the car in front. And now this section is different as well, and as you may have noticed, the hairpin is missing and this chicane as well, so the triangle, the Casio triangle is missing, and now we are going on our hot lap, which is my quickest lap in qualifying. Now into turn 1, braking pretty late, trying to not hit the outside curb. We quite managed it okay, and then early on the power up to the S's. This is full throttle, and now down to third, taking a pretty tight line, and this again in third, down to second, and now up to third, trying to keep it tight as well. Early on the throttle I even went in second, so that wasn't optimal. And now into the two Degners, braking just in front of the 50-meter board, trying to get not yeah, pulled out too wide, and into second gear into Degner 2, which was quite okay. And now up the hill, this section is different as well, and now to Spoon corner. We are looking for the 50-meter board again. Just in front of that is our braking point, and then down to third and even second gear, and this wasn't quite optimal. I think I left the track for a short period of time, but yeah, overall I have to say it's okay, because everybody yeah, it could have happened to everybody. And now just one sector left. Yeah, the middle sector was okay. The first wasn't optimal, and again this was quite good. Still 3/10 of my personal best in the end, and yeah, a good last sector as well. We are already in P1, but now we are improving our time to a 1:39.880. Yeah, my personal best was 3/10 quicker, but still 7.5 tenths to P2, so yeah, a dominant pole position. Branderos in P3, which is our main rival. He is yeah, in P2 in the standings overall. The yeah, first race winner, one tire in P9, and yeah, some other drivers right at the top. Some guys which yeah, like Erti, weren't quite happy, so he was just in P16, Hamish in P10, Jan Decoy in the second BMW Z4 in P2, and now we are going into the race. Again, the formation lap, and yeah, now as we are in front, I think I will show this to you one more time. I think it's quite interesting, so yeah.
Lights,
wait
5
5 seconds.
And now we have to wait 5 seconds, so our live stream can see when we are starting. and now we are going on our formation lap again. Delta speed is around 130 kilometers per hour, and I used the telemetry to see how hot my brakes are. They are quite up the temperature already, so I don't need to do so much for that, so I decided to go back into the race hut, and yeah. Now we are driving pretty slowly through the S's, which I am allowed to do. In the corners I need to drive how I think it's best for the corners, so yeah, I don't destroy my tires and stuff like that. As well, this race is a 1 or a 2 stopper. When you want to do a 1 stopper, which I wanted to do, you have to be really consistent and careful, don't drift that much and stuff like that, so yeah, you need to drive pretty calm. And in the background you can hear the TeamSpeak server, which I will mute pretty much when we are in our formation, which is in the middle of the straight back to the start-finish straight. So just a few more corners. You can see me trying to get some temperature in the brakes again, and a little bit of swerving again. Just a little bit, I don't want to destroy my tires already. And now we can see the car behind me is leaving a pretty big gap. And now again, one more time, getting the tires up to the temperature I wanted.
Yeah, if it's safe.
On the right side you get the tower units here.
One last time. And now where the big black board is on the right, this is our formation point. Now from now on I have to drive with 80 kilometers per hour, and the car behind me is not catching up, so I didn't know what to do. I just drove my 80 kilometers per hour, and he finally catched up now, and yeah, from now on, the start of the race is in my hand. We can start from the second big black leaderboard up until the start-finish straight. So now we need to get slowlier. There's a board, and now I'm accelerating, and the race is free, and there's a car already colliding with another car, so I don't know what happened there, but we have a clean start to the race, and now into turn 1 already 8/10 of a gap to Jan Decoy, who I think didn't drive in race 1, so yeah, he is a newcomer as well. And now I'm trying to make a little bit of a gap to him and then conserve my tires. 18 laps is what I have to drive with these tires, so I'm pitting in lap 18, or at the end of lap 18, and already a 1 second gap, so that's quite good. And it looks pretty good. I didn't thought that I would be that that dominant at the start. Quite good to see. As well, I thought myself, I think I'm quite okay at this track, because when you can be close to the guys in League 1, then you have a pretty strong pace. So already almost 2 seconds to Jan Decoy, and from now on we can conserve our tires. And as well, I took some more fuel with me than I needed to. I took 94 liters of fuel with me. I just needed around 88 or 87 liters, so having a comfortable gap so I don't run out of fuel. And now we are jumping into lap 10 already, and as you can see, 11.5 seconds to Jan Decoy in second place. So our qualifying was not even stronger than our race pace, and that's a good sign for me, that I know, okay, quality is good, but race is good as well. and you can see still I'm just 5/10 yeah, back from my quickest lap of the first stint, and now we are catching up to Alessio, and I did a pretty big mistake in turn 1. I think that happened only twice, or yeah, once or twice. Yeah, but yeah, the first lapped car is now behind me, and still almost 12 seconds to Jan Decoy. You can see I'm not really pushing at the moment. Yeah, you can see that cost me quite some time. 8/10 in the first sector because of that mistake. And from now on you will just see me lapping some cars. Lap 16, 21 seconds to Jan Decoy. So yeah, we are not slowing down rapidly. Now Pan in front of me, who is another Z4 driver, not my teammate. Yeah, I'm a solo team. And you can see my tires are already pretty down, and I'm giving flashlight to him, showing him, okay, yeah, let me past, thank you very much. And I have to say, the first two lap cars made quite some nice space to let me past. Really nice to see that that works. And from now on, just 2 more laps on these tires. The first stint is already yeah, almost done, and we are still driving times in the 1:42 lows, which is pretty okay. And now, 1 lap later, you can see me driving over the start-finish straight, and yeah, at the end of this lap we are pitting still in the low 42s, and you can see there I hit the first corner, so that was good. And yeah, I have nothing left on my front left, and yeah, on my front right also, yeah, almost nothing. And still, yeah, the lead kept increasing to Jan Decoy, and now Hamish is in second place. I don't know, I think Jan Decoy pitted in this lap, and Hamish now in second place. Yeah, but yeah, he still has to pit just like me, and Jan Decoy pitted already, so he's on a 1-stopper as well, and now he has to do 18 laps on this next stint, and I just have to do 17 laps, and yeah, you can see my tires are done now. Just on the rear right tire there's still some life left, and all the other tires, yeah, there's nothing left, and still driving in the mid 42s, I would say. And now the tricky pit entry, which yeah, made me yeah, quite anxious, I have to say, when I entered it first. So you can see a lapped car is taking the safe entry, and we are allowed to do my entry as well, but yeah, it's not as safe, but definitely quicker. So now pit stop. We are behind East Neptune, and yeah, there's my crew right there. And now we enter the pits, and yeah, 16.5 seconds for changing tires is yeah, is the target. As you can see, someone who was in the pit exiting it now, and Hamish not pitting again, I think. We will see right now as we get held up by the lapped car. There's Hamish, and yeah, he still has to pit, and there's another car, a lapped car, and we are in P2 now. So yeah, but still everything under control, still in net P1, so Hamish has to pit, and he will lose about 40 seconds, so yeah, everything under control. The most important thing is to don't lose the concentration and be patient when lapping cars, and that's the most important right now, as we are giving again flashlight, and they are letting us past again. Pretty nice from them, yeah, giving loads of space. And there's already Hamish, so just 2.5 seconds in front of us now, and yeah, I think he will pit at the end of this lap, so we don't even will have a fight in this race. Maybe he will drive one more lap, but I don't think he will, because yeah, the tires will be definitely at the end of their life circle. So yeah, just 2 seconds to him, and he will probably pit. Maybe he's doing one more lap, but that's definitely it. You can't do anything more on these tires, in my opinion. And yeah, we will see it right now. Will he turn into the pits? And yeah, he's taking a tight line, and there he goes. So P1 again for us, and now we are watching my quickest lap of the race. Yeah, pretty consistent lap from my side. So turn 1, everything under control, early on the throttle again. So yeah, this wasn't at the limit, but of course it wasn't too slow, because I didn't want to play around with the gaps, and I already did the longest stint in the first stint, so nothing really to concern about. And yeah, from there on it's just drive. You don't have to do anything. And the first sector is quite comparable to my fastest lap in stint 1. Again, not extending that much in Digna 1, and again in Digna 2, same procedure, not being too aggressive. Just like here, lifting up the throttle, taking a wide line so the tires won't need to work that much. Now into spoon. Again, pretty safe line. And yeah, now Branderos is in P2. He pitted already in lap, let me guess, lap 15 or 16, so he made an undercut on all the cars behind me, and he's now the man in P2. So yeah, the guy who finished in P2 in Barcelona is in P2 again in Suzuka. And yeah, but still 15 laps to drive, and he will have to do a really long stint, and a 40.79. That's the quickest lap of the race overall as well. So yeah, that's the fastest lap of the race, and from now on we will just watch some cars which we are lapping. So lap 23, 1 lap later, Umur Ahmad is in front of me. He's I think he works for Project Cars. He's an American guy, so in the forum he has the American nationality, and yeah, this is a pretty bad point to lap somebody, but he made great space. I think we made slight contact, but again I have to say perfectly he made perfectly space for me, so very respectful driving from the whole field. And yeah, there are some other cars in front of me which I could lap soon. And 1 lap later again, Brax and who's that? The Plumber in the McLaren. Pretty beautiful car, I have to say. And yeah, Brax already did let me pass, and now we will see how Zip will do it. You can see he's taking a pretty wide line in the first S and a pretty tight in the second. And we are getting quite wide as well, so we had to lift. And yeah, now into the Digna corners. He's still way in front, so no need to make any space for me already. So now into these pretty quick uphill left-hander, and now he's making space, so I really have to say well done. Yeah, as well, it's not always easy to see a car behind you, and you always can think that you are racing him, but yeah, these guys are really looking out for it, and I have to say they are doing a pretty good job. and as you can see I didn't even lose that much time. And now again, yeah, the simplest way to show that you are behind him and you wanna lap him is to use the flashlight. It's not impolite or anything, but yeah, it just shows the car, hey, I'm there. Yeah, when there's time, make some space, and everything is perfect. So in fact the space is waiting for turn 1, and there he goes to the outside, giving me the perfect line for turn 1. And again, well done. So already lap 27, now 28, and one tire is the new man in second place. 47 seconds behind me, and now Mr. Alcon in another McLaren in front of me. And he again made space really early. I didn't even had to use flashlight, I think. So just 7 laps and now just 4 laps to go, and this yeah, the remainder of this lap. And there are 3 more cars in front of me. Yeah, P6 to P8 I think, and oh, and they spun and spoon. So yeah, 2 people yeah, crashing out in spoon. I didn't even had to lap them, and now just a Hojack in front of me in another roof, or Porsche as I told you I will call the car. And now we have to brake, and of course in this part of the track it's really difficult to overtake. We are using flashlight, and again, there's no time, there's no need to get past him quickly, so we just wait for the start-finish straight. Everything went well. This is how I like it, and yeah, not going in too much risk. Yeah, I easily can afford to lose 5 or 10 seconds behind a lapped car. It wouldn't even, yeah, be bad for me, because the gap is big enough to P2 at the moment. And now jumping to lap 34, yeah, jumping to the last lap, and yeah, we had quite some fun in this race. I really like to drive the last 2 corners because they are pretty fast, and you need to really hit the apex to not yeah, go off the throttle to take the corner. And still 141.8, quite a good time. And yeah, once more doing the mistake in turn 1. I think this was the second time. And now 57 seconds to 1 tire. And there's again Umar ahead of us, so maybe we can lap him twice, but yeah, my tires are pretty bad right now, and I think he did the 2-stop strategy, so he will have pretty quick tires. And again, this is the point where the tires hit the cliff. When there's nothing in the indicator, the tire still has 50% of his grip, but you definitely notice it that you will get slower rapidly. So yeah, when there's nothing in the indicator, that's definitely the time to pit. So just 2 corners to go from now on, and yeah, 58.5 seconds to 1 tire. Maybe we can get the gap over a minute. That would be quite a nice achievement. And now a last time through 130R and Casio triangle, which yeah, isn't driven. So the left-hander and the quick right-hander, and the gap is already at 59 seconds and a few tenths. And there we are hitting the bump, and yeah, but still a perfect race for me. Couldn't have went any better. So P1 for us, yeah, a dominant victory in the end, and that's our overall classification. Me in first place, second 1 tire, third is El Nano, fourth Jan Decoy, fifth is Branderos, sixth, from there on they are all lapped. Sixth place is Infected Space, a Hojack in 7th, Mr. Alcon in 8th, East Neptune in 9th, Jepra in 10th, Esteban Viso 11th, Rillo in 12th, The Plumber in P13, Pen is 14th, Brax in P15, and Umar getting the last point in P16. So that's the overall classification. I can tell you in the end the gap was 1 minute and 7 seconds to one tire. So yeah, I think he lifted quite much over the last lap, and yeah, so that's a good sign that we are winning a race in that fashion, and I hope we will get up relegated to Elite soon. Yeah, this night there's another race in Monaco. I hope I can be good there as well. And yeah. Now coming to the championship table. And as you can see, one tire in P1, me in P2, Branderos P3, El Nano, yeah, already having a 19-point gap to P3 in 4th, AOR Dachi in 5th, who didn't attend around Suzuka. Erti did not finish, yeah, Yandikoi, as I told you, his first race in Pro, and he finished in P4, so a good race for him. And the rest of the classification you can see right there. Maybe important to mention, Hamish had a crash in turn 1, and yeah, he looked quite promising for a podium finish, but yeah, he had to left the race, and that's it. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you next time around Monaco. Bye bye.